So do you really need 10,000 hours to master a skill like playing an instrument? What does it really take to achieve that mastery? Watch the rest of this video to find out. Hi, I'm Donna from DonnaSchwartzMusic.com, the site to boost your music performance and improvisation skills up to that next level. You know, back in junior high and high school, I would practice 3 to 4 hours a day. I loved it, but at times it was really stressful because I placed very high demands upon myself. And that did lead to some amazing results, but also some not so amazing ones. I'm going to talk more about that in a future video. Now, I was told you need to practice hours and hours every day in order to make it. So I did, but I kept thinking to myself, first of all, what does make it mean, and how many hours and how many years is this going to take? You know, those questions kept sticking in my head as I was toiling away in the practice room. And during the time I was thinking this, I did get into all those big name summer music camps and some prestigious colleges. And by that time, I probably did put in 10,000 hours. But there was still something missing. Now, a few years later, Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers book came out, and that 10,000 hour rule became legendary and misused, to the point that everyone believes all you need to do is put in 10,000 hours into something and you're a pro, which, by the way, that really wasn't the total point of the book. Is it really true, though? Do you really need to put in 10,000 hours to master something? Well, all right, think about it. The most accomplished musicians, athletes, and performers do put in a ton of time with their craft. But if you study their lives and their work effort, you're going to realize that it's not just the number of hours, and it's not about where you lived or where you come from or your home situation either. There's way too many stories of people who had absolutely nothing and became incredibly successful. Look at Shark Tank's Damon John, for example. Now, the thing is this, that 10,000 hour rule doesn't take into account how that time is spent. You see, when you have a lot of time to practice, like right now during this coronavirus pandemic, you can put in a lot of hours, but it doesn't mean you're going to accomplish more. It's about the quality of time you're putting in. So ask yourself, number one, are you fully present in that moment? Or are you thinking about or worrying about something else? Also, do you have a direction you're headed towards, or do you just pick up anything that you sound great on and play it over and over and over again? You know, to be really great at something is about being organized and knowing what you want to accomplish in terms that are easy to measure. So, another question, can you clearly define where you are right now, and can you clearly see where you want to be after you put that focused effort in? I look at one of my favorite sports heroes, Carli Lloyd. Now, she definitely put in way more than 10,000 hours, but if you read her book, When Nobody Was Watching, you're going to see that she wasn't organized at all until she met her personal coach, James Galanis. He changed her focus, got her working on systems during her training, and now she's one of the best soccer players in the world and one of the most decorated. And take someone like Dara Torres, U.S. Olympic swimmer who won medals in 5 non-consecutive Olympic Games over the span of 24 years. Her last medals were won at the age of 41. Because of the toll training took on her body, she had to work smarter, not harder. All right, but there's another thing to think about. Are you taking risks? You know, you can work on all of your favorite songs for 10,000 hours, but if you don't take risks, you're not going to go anywhere. All right, well, you may be asking me, take risks with what? Well, are you putting yourself out there, or are you only performing for yourself? Now, again, in this time that we're going through right now, it's a little hard to go out there and perform, although you can be creative about it. Are you only playing things that are safe, that make you sound fantastic? Or are you willing to risk sounding bad in the practice room so you could sound good in public later on? See, that's where that fallacy about the 10,000 hour rule fails. Too many people want to believe in either a magic rule or a pill or a fad instead of putting in focused work and taking risks. Now, I gotta admit, it took a long time to break that belief, not only for myself, but also for all my students. In fact, it's still one of the biggest beliefs I have to break for my new students because it's still so pervasive in our society today. Hey, I'm curious, what's one thing you can do to break this belief and take a risk? Let me know in the comments below. You know, how to practice properly is a huge progress killer for many musicians. A lot of it centers around your mindset, your belief system, your determination. But there are other progress killers that can really slow you down. So I'm curious, if you're a saxophone player, what's your #1 saxophone progress killer? Take my free quiz to discover what it is, and you'll also get a custom report and a free video lesson with your next best step so you don't stay stuck anymore. Now, don't forget, before you take that quiz, tap on the subscribe bell so this way you know when my next video comes out each and every week. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. On that note, take care. Have a great day.